Ask the Expert, brought to you by Auger Hollingsworth.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Ask the Expert. We want your questions for Auger Hollingsworth. You can call us live by cell phone, 613-789-6559, extension 2803, if you have some questions on today's topic. You can also email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. We would love to have you. It is time for Ask the Expert this morning. Brenda Hollingsworth is here from Auger Hollingsworth to talk about what you need to know about the rules when it comes to the basics. But we were just talking about this, how people don't know.
They do not know.
And it's simple between your left turns and your right turns. So if you have any questions about your left or right turns while driving, email us your questions, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. And first, let's talk about the left turns.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're driving straight
Yes.
and there's a car coming from the left side on the left turn lane, do you need to be aware, are you liable at all if something happens if you're just going straight?
Yeah, so almost always the car going straight has the right of way. But you still have to be aware. There can be, and there often is, contributory negligence on the car that's going straight. And that surprises a lot of people, right? So what would amount to contributory negligence? Speed is the number one factor. So if you are going, if you're going 5 kilometers over the speed limit, you're probably going to be okay. But anything above that, you start to get into a contributory negligence risk. And if it's a serious enough left turn accident, we often have that data. We often get it's called the airbag module, even though it has nothing to do with your airbags. It's like the black box for the car.
Oh, okay.
We almost always get that now in a serious left turn accident. So we're going to know how fast you were going and how fast the other guy was going.
I was just going to ask you, how do you determine that? Because if you're over that 5 kilometers an hour, how would you know unless you have the radar?
So the black box, the other thing is now, at least in the city, most major intersections do have traffic cameras. Those aren't perfect for determining speed, but our engineers can do a lot. Maybe not between 5 and 6 kilometers over, but once you get sort of 10 or, they certainly know if you're going 10 kilometers over. So you're going to be found out if you're going fast. The other thing is, are the lights changing? So if it's a yellow light and you decide to gun it through, it's going to kind of depend, are you over the line when it's turning yellow, or are you, where are you? Because that left turn vehicle, if he or she's in the intersection waiting to turn, they're watching the lights too, right? They're trying to beat the red. And so there can be contributory negligence there too on the car that you would think has the right of way.
And before we go to break and go on the other side, with the right side, I have to ask you, if you're in the left lane, and then you're up a little bit, and you're kind of tilted, and then it starts going yellow, red, what are you supposed to do? Or are you not supposed to creep up?
I think you are supposed to creep up, right? You're supposed to move straight. Now, we tell people, don't turn your wheel, though, because if you get hit from behind, you're going to get pushed into traffic. So pull up, stay straight, and then, go when it's free to go. If the light turns yellow, watch for oncoming cars, because that is one of the most serious types of accidents we have, is where that left turn car is waiting, the light's turning red, and they make the turn. Very serious.
And you can see a lot of people, too, that are coming from the other side. That's when they try to speed up, maybe, to catch the light.
It's a perfect storm.
And if you're on that side, you really don't want to be caught in that situation.
Ask the Expert, brought to you by Auger Hollingsworth.
So we are about to continue the conversation with Ask the Expert with Auger Hollingsworth. If you would like to get in touch with them from any reason, maybe it's on today's topic or anything that you might have questions on, here's their contact information. You can call them 613-233-4529. You can also email them info@ahinjurylaw.com. Their website is right there, 1443 Woodruff Avenue and 304 O'Connor Street, if you would like to get in touch with Auger Hollingsworth. We talked about left turns. Now we're going to take our focus onto right turns. So, and I know we've talked about this before the break, that it's so simple, but what are the most common accidents that you see when it comes to right turns? Yeah,
right turns, the people who are vulnerable are cyclists and pedestrians predominantly. So car is, maybe they stop, maybe they don't stop, they do a right turn and they don't realize that either there's a bike coming up alongside them, or there's someone in the crosswalk. And we have had some real tragedies from right turns.
And I feel like when you do drive, right, if you're not kind of peeking your shoulder and you're just looking for cars, like those, like the bikes or other vehicles, especially motorized vehicles that are in that lane that maybe they're not supposed to, they're kind of cruising down that line. And if you don't do that quick right check, that's when you can get into some serious trouble.
Well, that's it. And if you're looking, if for some reason there's traffic coming from the other direction, and so you're looking there as you do your right turn and you're not looking in the crosswalk, of course you have to check there, but your last check has to be the crosswalk.
Okay.
And you know, there, it's very unlikely that you're going to have contributory negligence. Certainly a pedestrian in a crosswalk, there's very much unlikely to have contributory negligence. A cyclist, maybe a cyclist going from one sidewalk to another, might have some contributory negligence because you're not supposed to be on the sidewalk, but it's going to be minor. The driver is going to have the lion's share of the responsibility for that accident, and it's probably going to be bad, right? Those accidents are bad. So really, turn to the right. Last place you look, in the crosswalk.
It's just always the best to be as precautious as you possibly can. And I think a big component part about this too is distracted driving, right? If you're looking at something. So just on your right turns, on your left turns, no matter what you're doing, be focused out on the roads because you can be liable in any situation.
Yeah, if you're going to text and drive, don't do it in an intersection. Don't do it at all, but really don't do it in an intersection. Going straight, turning, don't do it in an intersection.
Yeah.
It's just basic, keep everybody alive.
Yeah, that's always what we want to do. Brenda from Auger Hollingsworth, we always really appreciate your time, especially with questions like this that many people are asking but not know the answer to.
Right. Thanks so much.